Yo, what's up, guys? It's D Brown with Track Headz. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Track Headz. So today we are talking about Noah Lyles and his London Diamond League debut. He ran the 100. I believe it's his first 100 since his Olympic trials, where he PR'd with 983. And he came out with the win. He ran 980 or 981, one of those two times. And guys, he looks pretty damn good. The field was nothing to really sneeze at. You had Lyles London running in that race. You had Zarno Hughes running in that race. A lot of the Great Britain athletes were live and well because of course, it was right in the midst of London. But a couple of things in that race, you have a lot of people making a whole lot of noise about, oh, he didn't run 9.7. He's not going to be able to compete with Keishane and from Jamaica, who has the world lead at 9.77, I believe. And, he's running his mouth and doing all these things. And I think a lot of the people who are making a lot of noise is like kind of split. You have people who know nothing about track, and then you have some people who know a little bit about track and kind of don't know how the 100 works or how rounds work and how all these things work. And I think it's very important to put things into perspective, and hopefully we can shine some light on what's going on. So first and foremost, that was a really, really good run from Noah Lyles. That race was comprised of a lot of different talent, right? You had Zarno Hughes, who I believe got the bronze medal in the 100-meter dash last year at the World Championships. First and foremost, he actually ran through the race. If you remember when Noah Lyles ran in Jamaica and got second to Oblique Seville, Zarno Hughes was in that race, and he kind of pulled up like 95 meters into the race, and no one knew what happened. There was no official report that he got hurt or got injured or he hurt his hamstring or whatever the case. He kind of just limped off of the track. So the fact he went 10 flat in a negative headwind as a season's best is a really good situation. But all these, this race was not just like a regular race. Like, these were all the top 3 finishers of the World Championship that he went against. And not only did he beat them, it was a lot more separated than the actual race was in the World Championships. And these weren't slow times. You had Lyles London running 988, matching his PR and his national record. His race was really good. It looked really smooth. And for him to drop down, I think from 10:20 or whatever his season's best was, back down to 988 is a really good run. I think he's going to have a really fantastic race going forward. It looks like he ran pretty much 95 meters in, and once Noah Lyles kind of cleared him, he kind of just like soared in. It seems like he has the typical like long to short program, because he started off with the 400 at the beginning of the season, then the 300s, ran some pretty fast 200s, and then ran some quality 100s as of now, finally under 10 seconds. Really smooth, really smooth. But like I said, looking at Noah Lyles, I mean, it was in a negative 0.9 headwind, and he still managed to run 9.80 in a PR. Not just that, but like I said, it looks like he was really hitting his top end speed really well. And if it doesn't say anything about his 100, it's the fact that we know his strength is his 200, right? And a lot of people have not been like really mentioning this, and I haven't really like delved deep into this fact as well, is that when he ran that 19.31 and broke Michael Johnson's American record, his season's best in the 100 was only like a 9.92 or 9.94 or something like that, right? So if his speed endurance is the same, right? It not better, but just the same. And now his new PR is at 9.81 into a negative headwind. What do you think that's going to do to his 200, right? You're talking about in that same season's best, I mean, dropping 0.14 out of a 100. If you at least double that, that's 0.28. You're talking about 19.0 if nothing changes. If he has the same kind of race model, if he's able to push out the same, if his speed endurance is still the same, he's putting together a real masterclass in terms of just how to put together a race, and just showing the strength of being a true 200-meter runner. So even like I said, guys, even with this 100, I think a lot of people are really sleeping on the fact that, number one, he put together a solid race, solid drive phase, solid transition, solid top end speed. He probably could have relaxed a little bit, but like I said, his strength is his top end speed. So even though he kind of looks tense at times, if you look at him from the waist down and you look at his shoulders and his alignment and everything, I mean, he's hitting it smooth. He's hitting it so smooth. And the fact that you have other guys who have top end speed as their strength in Lasile Tobogo, Zarnell Hughes, and others, and the fact that they weren't able to get anywhere close to him really says a lot. And I think that's going to be a real confidence booster going into Olympic trials. I'm very curious about how he's going to look against true accelerators, though, like Christian Coleman. Those are the guys that are really going to test him. I think when you talk about other guys who are top end speed guys, like 200-meter guys, I think he has them beat. His acceleration is too good. I'm really curious to see how he does against other guys who can accelerate really well. Christian isn't running, Christian Coleman, but more so like Oblique Seville. You're looking at guys, Omanyala. You're looking at athletes like that. There were some other races that were really highlighted. And I think in the London, I'm going to go over those in a second. But yeah, guys, definitely a dope race by Noah Lyles. Something to look forward to, in terms of Paris. I think that's his last race going into Paris. So I'm really excited to see how he does. But yeah, guys, that was just my 2 cents about Noah Lyles' race. If you like what you heard today, think about subscribing, liking, commenting. Let me know your opinions about his race. Do you think he's a lock for Olympic trials? I know he has some people in his way like Shane and Oblique Seville. But, man, I think he has a pretty good shot. I think he's gonna peak at the right time. I think he's still lifting weights. There's still a lot of time before the Olympic trials to get these finer points done. And sometimes it's not about how fast you can run. Sometimes it's truly about, are you there? Are you gonna be bringing that energy when it's time? And it's gonna take us 9.7 to get it. Honestly, it's gonna take a 9.7. So I'm very curious to see how he adjusts and how he looks going forward. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. This is D Brown with Track Headz. Peace.